Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 75, and today we're returning with the Europa League quarterfinals, both legs, as we take on AC Milan, first away at the San Siro, and then the Den, aiming to get to the semi-finals of the Europa League for the first time in the save. Before we play the games, though, shall we be getting on off camera? And of course, just a one game after the last episode, which saw us beat Wolfsburg in the second leg of the round of 16, set up the AC Milan tie, and of course our 4-2 defeat away at the Emirates against Arsenal in the FA Cup quarterfinals. That came in the Premier League. It was on Monday, and we beat Sheffield Wednesday by 2-0 away at Hillsborough, as they right now are still in the relegation zone. I rotated my entire side for the game. I still felt confident to get the job done, and we did. 2-0 victory, and Reginaldo scored our second, with Pingu scoring our first, and briefly on Reginaldo as well. You know, I've got to say, I've slagged this guy off ever since we signed him because of the fact he's on 75 grand a week. You know, 75 grand a week, a relatively low return for the Brazilian, but our Brazilian boys got the goals in this game to give us a big 3 points, keep the pressure on Manchester United as we stay in 5th place in the table right now, where as you can see, we are only behind the Red Devils by 2 points, and we got a game in hand as well. So win that, and we'll be back in the top 4 for the first time since we fell out of it. So I said we were right there. We're not giving up on Champions League qualification. It's still definitely a possibility. Obviously, I haven't been there since week 20. Was it week 25? Week 24. But we're very close. We're right next to Manchester United. It's going to be such a frantic finish to see who finishes in the top 4. It could be any one of Arsenal, Manchester United, Millwall, Everton, Liverpool. 5 teams battling for 2 spots. It's going to be a great finale, no doubt about it. But briefly already now, I've slagged this guy off. But to be fair, this season he's actually come good in a lot of games, coming off the bench and in limited minutes as well. I think he's played 36 games in all competitions, and he scored 10 goals, got 6 assists. That's not bad. That's actually not terrible. So maybe I should be a little bit less bashful in my criticism of the Brazilian. Anyway, he's not playing today because we're taking on AC Milan in the first leg at the San Siro in the Europa League quarterfinals, and I'm very pessimistic getting through to the semis, man. I really am. I don't think we're going to do it. AC Milan have got a really good team. Very good. And there's one player, Fantoni, here, a central midfielder. He might be at the Den next season. I've been scouting this guy. He's got a release clause of 35.5 million. 35.5 million. That's all the release clause is. This guy's got some absolutely excellent stats. Describes a midfield entertainer. Don't see that very often in FM. And he's got some really great stats in key areas here. Physically really well balanced. Mentally not bad. I was 16 vision. Gotta love that. And technically, the guy really excels well. With 19 technique on an advanced playmaker. Always very important. So might be signing him next year. He's only 22 years old. Just turned 22 back in December. He might be the Den next season, even though we don't need a new central midfielder. Anyway, for the team for the game, of course, we're playing 4-2-3-1. It's a system we use in Europe. Normally works out well for us. Let's see if it does it again. Right now on the injury front, everyone is fine, apart from the Dream still recovering from a knock. So this is our lineup for the game. We've got Lunin in goal, about for retirement. We've got Lunin in goal for retirement. Allsop, Ferenchuk and Ranieri, with Dobby and McKennie our CMs. Attacking midfield trio is the deadly trio. Louise on left, Webster on the right, and O'Reilly advanced playmaker, supporting Julian Benker up top. And on the bench, Pekovic, Mauri, Bree, Paolo, Pingu, Menji, and Marek as well. So first game, it is Milan. Not expecting much, but I really want to reach the semis. Let's get a good first leg result. Come on, you Lions. This is Milan's lineup, by the way. Of course, a former Millwall player there. We had Rakik for a short period of time before he left us to the San Siro. They've got some absolutely excellent players here. That front three is going to be really hard to stop. Obviously, Fantoni being that central midfielder as well. I think we could score against them. I think we've got a good chance of scoring against them tonight, which is important on away goals, of course, away from home in the first leg. But keeping them quiet is going to be very tough indeed. So I'm pretty sure we'll lose the first leg. But if we can get ourselves a goal or two, you know, on the road, that will be a relatively decent enough result for us to take back to the Den, having that away goal in the bank. So also worth noting, one more goal in the Europa League doesn't mean we set a new record for 41 in the competition for most goals scored. But anyway, it's Milan to San Siro, and I'm so excited for this. This is going to be a great tie. I just know it. Well, I think I've jinxed that. We're half an hour into the game. It's still 0-0. There's been 3 attempts, only 1 on target, and absolutely no chance at all. And now Benker has got a slight knock as well. So we've got 10 minutes to go in the first half, and it's still 0-0. And this wouldn't be a terrible result to take back to the Den, but there's no way Milan remains scoreless over the course of 180 minutes. So I think we need a goal tonight, and maybe a chance here. Dobby to McKennie on the SG area, finds O'Reilly. He'll find Luis to Webster. Oh, just off target from Clinton, and our first attempt just going wide of the post. Still 0-0, but a very uneventful first half, and surprisingly so as well. Still tied at 0-0, and that's going to be the score heading into the break. I did not see this coming. It's been a low-scoring first half in the Europa League ties in the quarterfinals as well. Just 2 goals scored in the 4 games thus far. And, you know, we've not exactly played badly, but there's been absolutely nothing going on. So do I say to the boys unlucky? Do we say I'm pleased? Because, I mean, I kind of am. We shut the door on him for the time. Do I say I'm not happy and try and fire them up? I'm going to say I'm not happy. And we demotivated around the area, but for the most part, everyone's fired up and ready to get out there for the second half. So time to be a little bit critical now of my team and see if I can spark them into life. Only 1 attempt? That's not enough. I think we need to score tonight. Solid defensively, but nothing to offer when going forward, and that's going to have to change. We're going to need a goal tonight. Milan will score at the Den, and that means that we'll have to score at least twice. So we've got to get a goal. There's half an hour to go. I can't believe it's still 0-0. I bigged this tie up, and I was thinking this is going to be so fantastic. AC Milan, it's the team we didn't want, but it's going to be an amazing 2 legs. 65 minutes in, there's been 1 highlight, and the shot came off target. There's been 1 attempt on target from 7 taken with 20 minutes to go. What's going on? Free kick for us. Luis takes it over the bar and behind for a goal kick. My goodness, you know, fair enough. Defensively been great tonight, but going forward, we've basically done nothing. We're not hit a target yet. There's 12 minutes to go and it's still 0-0. We're out switching to a 4-2-4. This system normally gets us a goal when we need one. And I'm going to take off O'Reilly. I'm going to bring on Marek, the club captain, to play alongside Benka. And I might possibly really go for it now. Take off time and play Luis as a wing back, although he's much better playing further forward. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to take off Dobby for Paolo. And yeah, we'll just go without change. So it's still 0-0. 12 minutes to go. I can't believe this. Like, it's a good result defensively, but we needed to score tonight, I felt. And we just not turned up on the offensive end. Well, that is going to do it then. Or, oh, so it seems. I thought for a second there, Lunin just gave the ball away inside our own area. But that's going to do it then. 6 seconds on the clock in stoppage time. And the tie that I bigged up, the tie that I was so excited for, is finished as a stalemate with 12 attempts, only 1 of which hit the target. There were only 2 highlights. They came to us, and there were basically nothing notable. So, I mean, in terms of our defence, we were very well. So I'll say everybody thought we'd get beaten today, we'd have proven a great result. But in terms of our offence, there was nothing created. So I felt we had to score tonight. We didn't. And that means going back to the Den, if Milan score once, we'll have to score twice. If we couldn't score once or even hit the target at San Siro, that's unlikely. That's not a terrible result, but it's also not a good result either. You know, I normally don't look at the social feed in this year's FM. I think it's quite a novelty feature, really. It doesn't do much for me, but I do quite like this comment here from Ruby Lawman that said, that was so dull. I actually started replying to work emails on my phone to liven up a bit, and I'd imagine there was thousands of other in the San Siro doing the exact same. I bigged that tie up. I was so excited for it, and it was absolutely terrible. That couldn't have been a more boring game. You know, I was going to play the Leicester game off camera and just show you the highlights before the Milan game, but you know what? That was such a bad game. I'm going to play it on camera. I think you deserve to see 3 games in a triple header today, because the first game wasn't even really a game. It was just a chess match, if nothing else. So, right, second game will be Leicester. We will play that one, and then we'll play Milan afterwards. So about to move on to the second of the 3 games today then, as we'll take on Leicester here at the Den in the Premier League, as Manchester United just beat Burnley by 2-0. So regardless of the result here, we'll still be in, 6th or 5th place. Yeah, we'll take on Leicester, and we really need a win in this game to keep the pressure on the top 5 now, if we are to have any chance of making the top 4. These games can't afford to slip up in, but I am going to field a fully rotated side for the game, with the game against Milan coming in just a few days' time in the second leg, because the last 2 times I fielded a weakened side in the Premier League, mindful of the second leg of Europa League tie, we've got the win and won convincingly. So let's see what happens again. Third time could be the charm. So going back to the 4-2-4 for the game, these are our instructions. This is our team for the match as well. Pekovic in goal, back for a Chilwell, Mauri, Benjamin and Bree, with Koulibaly and Paolo as CMs. On the wings, Pingu and O'Connell, and up top together, Reddy Aldo and Marek Kuchar, the club caps as well. And on the bench, Lunin, Allsop, Ranieri, the dream, O'Reilly, who by the way has just won his first cap for England as well. Love it when that happens in FM. You get your player their first cap for international for their country. And Menji and John Black, who I clearly should have had on the bench at the San Siro. He would have got us the goal we needed to take back to the Den. Anyway, second game of 3. It's now Leicester at the Den. Come on, you Lions. Well, we're half an hour into the game, and it's still 0-0. Here's the first highlight. What is going on? We can't create any chances anymore, as Marek finds O'Connell, as he gets it back there. He'll find Reddy Naldo, and our first chance does fall there, but the Brazilian hits the side netting as goes behind for a goal kick. At the moment, we're just not looking lethal or looking dangerous, looking threatening, I should say, and looking like we're going to cause some danger and score some goals. It's still 0-0. That's the only chance the first half. I don't know what's happened to us. 4-2-4, different systems, different instructions, different set of players, but at the moment, no one's capable of creating the chances and finding the back of the net. Chance just for the break though. Marek on the ball. We'll slide it through to Reginaldo. He's through once again. Takes it in his stride. And there is the goal. And I talked about him at the start of the episode. Reginaldo this season. I've got to stop laying into this guy as much as I do. It was me that put him on 75 grand a week. I was the idiot that gave him that massive contract he definitely didn't deserve. Especially not at that stage in his career. But to be fair, this season he's coming to his own. It's his 7th goal in the Premier League this season. That's a new high in the Premier League for our Brazilian. And our number 29 makes it 1-0. So Reginaldo to finish 1-0 Millwall, and finally in today's episode we see ourselves get in front. So 1-0 up. We can't afford to slip up in this game as well. If we are to make the top 4, there's some tough games to come. These are the games that need to be wins here. But straight from kickoff, Leicester are going to try and respond and get back on level terms, and Petkovic just about claimed that ball there to stop Tomita from making it 1-1. We've got to make sure we win this game here. It's a big game. It's a big gamble fielding a weakened side out there, but I trust this backup brigade. Come on, Tomita on the ball finds Kovalenko out wide towards Tammy Abraham, hobbling a little bit. Crosses, great delivery. Bree heads clear but not fully. It'll drop to Pereira down the left hand side, and he'll find right on the edge of the area, who shoots off the post, and Mauri scrambles it away. So second half has begun. We're 14 minutes into the restart and we're still up by a goal. Such a big game this one. It was a big gamble to field the weakened side, but again, the last 2 times we've done this, against Bournemouth and Sheffield Wednesday, both away, we won the games pretty convincingly. And as Reginaldo has scored his 2nd goal of the game, it's 2-0, and I gotta say, this Brazilian finally now is finding his feet. It's only taken him 3.5 years, but now he's looking like the striker we thought we were getting when we bought him in all those years ago. Pingu's been a brilliant signing in January as well, down left hand side. Doesn't get credit with the assist, but did play it into Reginaldo. Perrine with the save, but Reginaldo latches onto the rebound first, makes it 2-0, doubles his goal tally and the score. Out of half an hour to go, this will be a big 3 points and a big luxury for our first team as well, knowing that the backup brigade got the job done and they'll be fully fit heading into the game on Thursday night in the second leg against Milan. But the game far from over though, plenty of time for Leicester to get back in this game, and they might well just do so. Here's Kovalenko on the ball through to Fede Varela off the bench, and now Andreas Pereira on the ball, looking for his bit of space, gives it him back, and he'll find space to shoot just wide of the post, still 2-0. And as the game comes to its close, that is going to do it. A comfortable 2-0 victory in the end. Delighted with that. Leicester apparently hit the woodwork. When was that? I don't remember that one. But anyway, that's full-time whistle, and we won the game by 2-0. So the gap is once again closed on Arsenal and Manchester United to 2 points. I'll say a good win, boys. Well done. Good to get another clean sheet. And to be fair, we might not be scoring that many goals at the moment, but defensively, we've been absolutely excellent. Apart from the fact that we did ship 4 goals away at the Emirates Stadium in the last episode against Arsenal, but for the most part, defensively been really good. And the Spurs did hang on to the win against Arsenal. That doesn't need to confirm it. We're still 2 points behind both Manchester United and Arsenal, and we've got a game in hand on the former and 2 games in hand on the latter as well, plus the better goal difference on the Gunners as well. So I said the race for the top 4 was going to be a frantic finish, and it certainly is. We've got a very good chance of qualifying for the Champions League. I've been downplaying it for quite a bit, but there's a good chance we can make the top 4 with 7 games to go. So we're in, Mauri's fine. We're in the Europa League quarter-final, second leg against Milan. We've won the Carabao Cup. We've got a good chance of making the top 4 as well. It's been a brilliant season, and let's make sure we finish strong now. I'd say I'm very impressed by our defense as well. It's pretty good, because I normally struggle in that aspect and everything quite a lot. A lot of the times my teams can score a lot of goals, but they also leak a lot as well. But when you look at the recent weeks, other than those 4 goals we shipped against Arsenal, look at that. That's 5 clean sheets in the last 6 games. Or that's 6 clean sheets actually in the last 7 games. It's 7 clean sheets in the last 9. 8 clean sheets in the last 10. That's actually really impressive. And only 6 goals conceded in those 10 games as well. Again, for me, at least by my standards anyway, a lot of the time my team concedes goals like nobody's business. But in this nice run, in the second half of the season in particular, we've been really tight at the back. But we need to be even tighter in the second leg against Milan if we are to get through. Because if they score at the end tonight, that's it. We're definitely out. No away goals in the first leg. That could really come back to haunt us. It'll also be a massive choke now if we fail to break the record goals tally as well. We've matched it. We've matched it. Spurs, of course, hit 40. I showed that in the last episode. But if we fail to get just the 1 goal we need in these 2 legs, then that'll be a massive choke indeed. as we'll fail to be record breakers. But it is the second leg against Milan. I'm very excited, but I'm very pessimistic indeed. If we couldn't score in the first leg and didn't get a single shot on target, I'm not optimistic about our chances tonight. And I'm pretty sure with Milan's fantastic side, they're surely going to get a goal. And that should be enough to send them through to the semi-finals. Here we go then. It is the second leg. I bigged this tie up in the last episode. The first leg was nothing but a letdown. Let's see how the second leg goes. We're back to the 4-2-3-1. It's the same lineup you saw in the first leg, because defensively we need to be putting in a similar sort of shift, but hopefully the attack in this team will get the job done tonight and get us through to the semi-finals in Europe for the first time ever. So Lunin in goal, about for retirement, Allsop, Ferrajek around the area, Dobby and McKennie the CMs. The attacking midfield trio is the one that I call deadly and threatening against Milan in the first leg. Louise on left, Webster on the right, and O'Reilly through the middle, and Julian Benker does lead the line. And on the bench, Petkovic, Benjamin, Pingu, Paolo, Menji, John Black, he's there this time, and Redinaldo as well. So no place for club captain Marek Kuchar, even on the bench. So second game, it's the second leg. It's Milan. Let's get the job done and get to the semis. Come on. And interestingly enough, heading into the game, Milan are playing a 4-4-1-1 with two DMs, and Hakan Çalhanoğlu is the player playing attacking midfielder, supporting attacking, who's a threat from long range as well. So you can see their intentions tonight to get a goal. They were set up quite defensively in the first leg. Smart move. Prevented us from getting an away goal, but now they're really going to go for it at the end. So it's going to be a tough one, this. Can't see us getting through, but you never know. Come on. First chance comes to Milan. Çalhanoğlu, the free kick. What did we say a moment ago? Threat from long range, a threat from set pieces as well. And Luna makes a fabulous save there to prevent the visitors from going a goal up. We've got to defend like nothing else tonight. We have to make sure we keep a clean sheet. Concede just one goal and it's surely all over. As O'Reilly finds Webster. Great chance on the counter here, to be fair. Clinton to Benker. He's got one man to beat. Oh, took it on early there. If he took his time and beat the last man, he's through one-on-one. 17 minutes in and there's our first shot on target already. That's what we need to do at the San Siro, but we didn't. But finally now, we're starting to look a little bit more threatening when going forward. O'Reilly to Webster, down the right, back to Matt. Matt looks for a bit of an opening here down the right hand side and slides it back to our right back Ranieri into Weston McKennie. As we move the ball around the ground quite nicely here. Dobby on the ball, and the Romanian looks for a teammate. Out wide is Josh Timon. And the left back now looks for a bit of space, rolls it through to Louise. He's found space, he's found a cross, he's found Webster off the woodwork and cleared away as well, off the bar from Clinton. Great start this, let's get ourselves in front, come on. So that's it then, half time. It's still 0-0, but we played better in the first half despite Çalhanoğlu going close from a free kick. And as things stand, we're stopping Milan from scoring that away goal, which would be absolutely devastating if they were to get it. So to the boys, I'm going to say at the break, unlucky. Things just haven't gone right for us so far. And the one player I didn't want to get motivated was Benker. I wanted to criticise him individually. There we go, he fired him up now. And let's criticise the midfield individually as well. Defensively, once again, we're looking really smart out there. But the creativity is the problem at the moment, and scoring goals is the issue. 45 minutes to go in the game, still 0-0, and as things stand, we're set for extra time. And I don't really want extra time, to be honest, because that's 30 extra minutes for Milan to find that one goal that will surely send them through. We've had 14 attempts, 4 of which at the target. We've had more of the ball as well, compared to Milan's just 1-1, which means that, again, defensively, I can't believe how amazing we've been defensively in the second half of the season, but I'm concerned by the fact we just can't seem to break them down over these two legs. 17 minutes to go, and it's still 0-0. I'm not going to change the tactics at the moment. We're playing well, or well enough. What I'm going to do, though, is going to bring on John Reliable Black for Matt O'Reilly, playing in the advanced playmaker role, because he's getting tired at there. And Benker, we are retraining him to play as an advanced playmaker. He's got the stats to do that. He's a very technical player, and he'll support Black going up top for the final 10 minutes. He's a reliable player. He normally comes good when we need him. And here is a highlight for the Lions with 9 minutes to go. It's Josh Timon to Dobby, and the Romanian will slide it through to Weston McKennie. The American back towards Ferrajek as we look for an opening. As Dobby receives the ball, back towards Benker. That's a great ball to Webster. Down the right, Clinton. Yes, there's the goal. Benker playing the advanced playmaker role. Top scorer in Europe, returns provider for possibly a late winner for the Lions. And Clinton Webster, the star. Well, he's not really a star player of the team now. It's probably Benker now, but he's the club. He's the man of the club. He's the face of the franchise, if you will. Benker to Webster, sends him through, and Clinton retired angle puts it in the near post. 1-0, and we lead. Now can we hang on? Come on. Right, taking off Dobby for Paolo in the deep line playmaker role. 5 minutes on the clock, almost there, and we are so close to a place in the Europa League semi-finals. We've just got to survive the final 3 minutes of stoppage time. I'm going to take off Louise for Pingu, and I'm going to hope that we're going to have enough legs to stand up and make sure we're through to the next round. That should be that now. We're into the 4th minute stoppage time, and there it is. It's all over. We are into the Europa League semi-finals. I bigged this tie up. I thought it was going to be goals galore. In the end, just one goal in 180 minutes worth of football separates the sides, but it was scored by Clinton Webster, the man out of the academy, who's given us a place in the Europa League semi-finals for the first time in the series. Absolutely delighted about it. And also as well, that is the record as well. It's now 41 goals in the Europa League. It's a new Europa League record. We're through as our Feyenoord, as our Manchester United, as our Athletic Bilbao, and we are into the Europa League semi-finals for the first time in the save. Get in! I was very pessimistic, and I cannot believe we shut the door on Milan for 3 straight hours. That is a shocker. I mean, that's incredible, really, because they've got some brilliant talent. They've got some excellent midfielders, some good wingers, a good striker up there in Patagna as well. But to completely shut the door on them, and again, it just pays dividends to what has been an incredible calendar year in terms of our defence. We've barely conceded in the second half of the season. It's been amazing how good we're in the back. So to enter the episode of today's episode, what we're going to do is do the draw for the Europa League semi-finals. That'll be here on the Friday. So let's get to it. Let's find out who's taking on the last 4. And there is your confirmation. New record, 41 goals scored in the Europa League. You ought to love it. It's amazing how our success has been built largely on defence in this season. But it's a new goals tally. It's a new record set for us then. So here we go then. Europa League semi-final draw. We've got Athletic Bilbao, Manchester United or Feyenoord to face in the semis. I mean, neither of those two sides there are going to be easy, but I'd much rather face them than Manchester United. Let's find out who it's going to be. It's Manchester United in the semi-finals of the Europa League. That was typical, wasn't it? Manchester United in the semi-finals of the Europa League. Bilbao versus Feyenoord is the other tie. And it's an all-English affair in the semi-finals. And right now, you know, you've got to ask yourself the question, what to us is the best possible route of reaching the Champions League? Is it the Europa League, winning the Europa League and qualifying for the Champions League that way? Or is it finishing in the top 4? Because at the moment, both of these sides right now are only separated by 2 points with just a few games to go in the season. Both teams could miss out of the top 4. Both teams could win the Europa League. What's our best possible route of qualifying for the Champions League? It's a tough one, but it's Manchester United in the semi-finals of the Europa League, and we're surely coming back for that one, right? That double-header there, that can't be missed right there. Liverpool and Manchester United in the Premier League and then the Europa League first leg in the semis. Yeah, bring them on. We're through, and I can't wait for it. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Community Shield. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series featuring that game against Liverpool, a crucial one in the battle for a top 4 place, and in the first leg of our Europa League semi-final away at Old Trafford. Bye.